Hey, so you guys clearly see. I have three things to tell you.
Yes,
Number one is Joanna is right here.
that's right.
For everyone that's been commenting and saying, "Where's Joanna? Where's Joanna?" Leave her alone. Leave her alone. ¿Qué quieres? Dinero, leave her alone.
No, not even a bill. Just $10.
The second thing I gotta say is the three of us are back in one screen. We haven't done that in a while. What's up, producción? Musiquita, por favor.
Oh, I think that
One
one
scream.
scream. I was like,
And the third thing, today is a very special episode. And I know we say that every single
I
time.
don't know if our audience members knows how to count.
I trust you. I trust you. I
It's
trust
just
you.
many.
It's a very special episode today because not only are we here,
Yeah.
thanks
Period.
to yes, period, yes, but we have very special guests today. Hay producción, una música serio, por favor.
Así, seriedad.
You might have seen them in your local news.
That's right.
You might have seen them in the morning news.
That's right.
You might have
seen them in my dreams.
you might speaking of dreams, I have to tell you guys something.
Oh.
You might have seen them on TikTok. You might have seen them on Instagram.
That's right.
In the streets catching people
That's right.
lacking, catching people lacking.
That's right.
Our very own
That's right. And one and only.
and one and only entrepreneurs
That's right. Legends.
and our friends. Carlos and Jess, everyone. Oh my God. Welcome, you
DJ
guys.
Horn, please.
Welcome.
There's so many people in here. It's not just this one, guys. There's a whole lot of people.
Guys, let me tell you, their studio setup in Hollywood is crazy, man. We had to get through security, bag check, airport style.
That's right.
It's insane.
Nobody
It's
believes
insane.
us.
Nobody
Right.
believes it.
This is huge.
I couldn't
Jimmy
believe it.
Kimmel wish he fucking would. All right.
It's
thank
literally
you.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. But again, you guys know for real from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for coming by because you know in our little our like you mentioned our little humble studio.
Yeah.
In
You know?
West Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
20th floor. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
The
Just
view.
the
But-
view.
We're really excited to have you guys here and yeah, honestly, I feel like I really wanted you guys to be on one of our episodes because
Yeah.
a lot of people might not know, but you know, we know each other a lot more than just social media. You guys, come on,
Right,
we're
right,
we're
come on.
humans. I know you guys see us up here, and we're people just like you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, you know,
It's
I
like you're the one that gets the most shit talk on social media. That kind of attitude.
that's true. But yeah,
It was
how,
a
how,
trap.
how are you guys doing? I know you guys just got back from a New York trip.
Hell
How was
yeah.
that?
Damn,
Well, first of
Nueva
all,
York,
I was like, no,
Nueva
thank you guys though, because I was telling Carlos, I'm like, this is a trap, so that way we can all hang out.
York. It really was mostly that. Like, we were just going to hang out. It just happens to be that equipment is here. So we're good. We're good.
No, yeah, but yeah, New York was fun. My grandma had fun, and yeah, she was really surprised at all the places that we went to, because she was like, I didn't know, me lo imaginé así. So she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was like really
Yeah.
nice.
I think it's a well. No, sorry. I want to start off by saying thank you. You know,
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
kind
for
words.
sure.
I think Jess has told me a lot that I don't like accept flowers so much, right, from people, and so it's like very difficult for me to accept
Yeah,
praise.
we'll
but
take it
thank
back.
you. Yeah, I'll take it back.
Don't worry, don't
I reeled it back in.
It's like
Yeah.
that Latino thing where they're like,
Oh,
oh, we don't accept like hugs or stuff because
Oh, yeah.
like we didn't get taught love or whatever. We're
Well,
like,
we
why hug
recorded
me?
this whole thing. It's fine.
But thank you. You know,
Yeah.
it means a lot to us. And yeah, like Cheeto mentioned, we've been working together for at least like a year, almost 2 years
2
now.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right.
And yeah, one of the conditions was like, I think we need to have Joanna on the episode when we all do it, because that's how we all met. You know?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
absolutely
And
correct.
I was a bit worried because I kid you not, I think if all of us are put together, we fucking hang out the whole day and just fucking talk.
Yeah.
No
Like
hacemos
that's
nada,
that like
yeah.
we don't do shit just
We
except
probably
talk.
won't even eat.
Wait,
Yeah,
now-
yeah,
say
probably, yeah.
let me ask you though. Do you guys think you're more like outdoorsy or like homebodies?
Ugh, it depends because I
Because
can
you
be
guys
both.
are very big travelers.
I
I
can
mean, you
be
guys love
both.
to
Oh,
travel.
yeah, this year was Jess
Yeah.
did 20 flights this year.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
and I
Yeah.
did 16 or 18.
Come
Yeah.
on, pack up the dough. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, because in the
only
beginning
flights
was
I did were the stairs.
hey.
we were talking about ahorita, like since you guys took your New York trip, right? In the morning when I, greet your grandma in the morning, right?
Shout out to grandma.
Dude, shout out to Yolandita. Un saludote para Yolandita. Just yesterday la acaba de poner la orden de labón. So,
Si quieres orden de labón,
we're waiting
por favor.
for it. No, pero dude,
her.
she left me jaw dropped when she told me this one thing.
What?
Like,
You're fired.
No, you're fired. She said that as soon as you guys landed over there, that she fell down.
Oh yeah.
Dude, she fell
Actually,
down.
hold on. I want to preface everything. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
for the people that don't know, Cheeto works for Yo Sabo, right?
Yeah.
So
He's
I
a
don't
Yo
like to
Sabo
say he
team.
works for. Yeah, he's part of Yo Sabo team.
He's part of the Yo
Yeah.
Sabo
Yeah,
team.
I don't like to say he works for us. He's part of the team. He's part of our like fulfillment, and so fulfillment is done in the garage, and so he hangs out a lot with Jess's grandma
And Vic.
and Jess's
When he's there.
brother, Victor, who's our graphic designer. And
Shout
then
out, Vic. Shout out,
Yeah,
Vic.
shout out, Vic. And
Happy
then-
late birthday to Vic.
Oh, shout out,
Producción, un
Vic.
aplauso, por favor, for Vic. Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Craig. Thank you, Craig. And so, yeah, so you hang out with them a good
Yeah.
chunk, right? You guys are always in the garage, always hanging out, and so that's how the other side of everything, right?
Yeah,
like I see
yeah.
Cheeto at least like a couple times a month. I'll
Yeah.
call him all the time randomly, just asking weird questions.
Just yesterday, man. Remember yesterday you called me and you were like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you wait? Give me the dimensions
yeah.
of this box."
Yeah.
And I was like, give me
Yeah, you were in
give
the
me a second.
bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom. And he's like, "My bad."
And I was like, I'm waiting, like and he was like, oh, I'm in the bathroom. Okay.
I was like, "My bad."
Okay, so yeah, just want to preface that. That's how Yolanda, right? That's how Cheeto
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
Yolanda. That's how everybody hangs out. So we took Jess's grandma to New York as a gift because she's never been to New York.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah.
melting pot over there. You know? I
Yeah.
think she got to experience so much.
Mhm.
We went everywhere. But yeah, we got out of JFK. And it's because she has this luggage that's front heavy.
But it was a
Oh.
little one. It wasn't a big luggage. She was carrying Vic's luggage.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so
okay.
it's front heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think she hit like a little thingy, or like she hit another luggage, or like Vic's luggage, and it just fell over, so she fell with it.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm laughing about
Yeah.
it, but it's because Jess noticed that she landed on top of the luggage,
Oh,
so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
didn't land on like the
Yeah.
hard one.
Yeah.
If
But-
anything, it was like, wee. You know?
Yeah. And then like the security behind was like, "Is she okay?" You know, because she's at the airport still.
Yeah.
And then
I
like,
should have been like, hell no.
oh,
I'll get my check right now.
Stay down.
Ah.
This is New York. They got money. No, but that happened. But Jess put it into very good perspective, and she was like, if that hadn't had happened, we wouldn't have like taken more care of her the whole trip.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
every time, everywhere we went outside of the hotel, it was like either I'm holding her for a bit, and then Vic's holding her for a bit here and
Yeah.
there. Carlos is holding her, like if she goes up the stairs or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like, if that didn't happen, because I was walking in the front, and then all I hear was like, "Hey!" And then I was like, "Wait, what bird was that?"
Yeah.
You're like a mile away. Huh? What happened?
You went like this, like a mosquito, you know? You just heard that.
She's like, "Hey!"
Yeah, like. You're like,
And I'll tell you, we're laughing about it now, but it's because at the moment, even Jess's
Yeah.
grandma was laughing with us. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like she was also trying to figure out what happened. She wasn't
Oh
hurt,
my God.
but
After that, I was
Yeah.
like, "Give me your bag." It was like, "No, you're not carrying anything."
yeah, so she didn't carry anything. We walked her, held her hand. We went on the subway, Ubers, everywhere, and so she,
Yeah.
damn, she did a lot of steps. I think there was
Oh,
one day
yeah.
she did like almost 20K with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, the first, it was like 8 miles the first
Wow.
day,
Yeah.
then
I
like
felt bad.
a bunch of steps.
But she was good when I
Yeah.
spoke to her. Yeah, she even told me that that she was even surprised that she was able to last for a long time.
Yeah.
Especially because it's all the walking.
Yeah.
And stuff,
Yeah,
so, you know?
and she got to experience a lot. You know, like we took her to get bagels, pizza. We went to
Mhm.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
Nice.
We went to like bars. We went to Columbus
Yeah.
Square, like everywhere there, and so she got to
Nice.
experience a lot of
That's
it.
really cool. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
there's
I feel like that's the dream, right? That we can
Yeah.
all have the opportunity
Yeah.
Yeah.
to take our parents or abuelitos, everybody, right, of our families to like a nice
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
vacation
Yeah.
like that. So that's great. Producción, aplauso, por favor. Thank you.
like I feel like te quita a little bit of that first gen guilt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I know that last year, like I felt it a lot when we were traveling in Europe,
Yeah.
because we were out there for a while. We were out in Europe for like 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
that wasn't like the first time we had gone, and so I think that's when
Yeah.
I started feeling it more. you know, unfortunately, my mom can't travel, so like
Yeah.
it's more like trying to figure out what we can do with the, you know, in the areas that we can travel to.
Yeah.
But Jess's family, right, they could travel, and so now it's just like, okay, well, like, you know, Vic had never experienced an airplane, and that's like crazy to him,
And
right?
he's 30
That was
already.
his first
Yeah.
time.
30. That was his
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So,
spoiled him,
yeah.
bro.
Oh,
He said, I'm not going back.
God.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Damn, that's nice. He's gonna work hard for you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, that's
We
what I
are
said
gonna
to
work
Jess.
hard for you guys. No, you know it's funny también because I think I forget like the context of how it happened, but it was like a day or two before you guys were gonna leave to New York, and then I think someone texted me. I think maybe you, Carlos. You were like, Cheeto, can you do me a favor? And I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to New York. I was like, all
I'll do
right.
it. I'll do
Because I
it.
do texting Cheeto random. Sometimes it's like, hey, I need your help with something. I need something dropped off. Or like, hey, do you want to go to Coachella for Sunday for free?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's all the random stuff. So yeah, I think the texts are just like really
That's right,
random.
para que me tengan envidia todos. No, but you know,
Losers.
ahorita that you mentioned that, you know, I again, I need to throw some more flowers at you guys
No.
because
Absolutely. What
yes,
kind of
que
flowers?
sí. No, those the ones que pica, the ones que da comezón.
The poison ivy.
No,
Imagine.
so, yeah, because if I throw the nice ones, Carlos, you know, no se deja. I gotta have him feel something, you know, que le dé comezón. Yeah.
I would feel pain at least. You
No,
know?
but you know, for me personally, like for example with school, I know for me growing up, school was it was with my parents was always a priority, and the reason why I bring school up right now is because I've had a lot of different jobs that I've tried to hold on to where I have some flexibility going to school at the same time. What you guys provide, I don't think a lot of people can find, and it's the comfort that you guys bring. It really, really is the comfort, you know? And so
Aw,
that's
no,
just,
no,
you know?
por favor.
Puros aplausos.
But we also do that. I think we're like that in general, but I think it's also because you're a hard worker, right? Like we know that we throw a lot at Cheeto. You know, like
Yeah.
we throw freaking like bad boxes. Cheeto, do it again.
And I'm like this, and I'm not, I got you, Carlos.
Yeah, and I know you explained in the last episode that happened outside of work, right?
Yeah.
We want it on the
Wild to me,
record.
you know, because
Yeah.
Cheeto works with a lot of sharp objects at work with us.
Yeah.
What?
Did it
No,
happen there?
how would chop up onions and all of a sudden you forget?
Yeah, I work with I have to use something sharp. Like I cannot work without
Yeah.
something sharp.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even start without something sharp.
That's right.
So yes, this did happen for
How
legal
ironic.
reasons. This happened
Yeah.
after work.
Yeah, but when you told us that you wanted to go back to school, I think we really like, oh, okay, cool. You know, he wants to do that, and 'cause I think that Jess has always kind of like advocated for anyone trying to continue their education or
Yeah.
for trying to like figure out their path forward,
Yeah.
right? Because like all of us had like a different situation.
Mhm.
Like I took 5 years. Me and Jess took 5 years to finish college. Jess is
Same, yeah.
yeah.
Same.
And then Gio, you know Gio, Jess's other brother, he took a little bit longer than that.
Mhm.
And so then now her youngest brother is taking also longer, but he's also working heavily. And
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah.
we kind of understand now the balance that has to come with all of that stuff. And
For
so that's
sure.
why it's like shit. And then we look at our lives and we're like, damn, we need a lot of balance, right? We need like a lot of flexibility. And so we would understand that anybody else would need
Yeah.
that level of flexibility. And so that's what we're trying to bring forward as we continue to grow the brand, right, and to grow the company. I think
Yeah.
Cheeto knows, like, I
Yeah.
think all of you three know that like next year we have very big ambitions on how we're gonna grow, and so we hope that the people that we do
No, I'm
hire,
kidding.
the people that we do hire feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's actually a term for that. It's called psychological safety.
Oh.
You guys provide psychological safety, knowing that he can arrive to your company and not feel like he's gonna be looked down upon or humiliated or made fun of.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's
Okay, HR.
I know,
Okay.
She's like, if you guys need HR,
Yeah.
we're not applying.
First
Sounds
thing,
yourself.
fire Cheeto.
this is a business opportunity. Yeah.
it's a business opportunity for all of us.
It's an interview.
But
He's like,
it's
I have my resume ready.
right here. That's right. I have my portfolio ready. God, no. Because I don't know if you guys relate, right? Maybe when you guys were like working, being Latinos, you know, and this and that, and working, sometimes you work with environments of everyone who is not Latino.
Yeah.
So then you see them talk about, like, I'm not a football fan, right? Like, I'm not an American football fan. And they're like, yeah, the Packers and like they're doing the 3-6-9 flip. I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about, right? Or like expressions that I've never heard of. And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, you don't know what that means? And I was like, why don't you off?
Oh God.
I'm a little aggressive, right? But knowing that you're in an environment where you can work and you're comfortable and you can say jokes and this and that, and it's very similar, is a really nice feeling. Not a lot of people have that at work. So you provide a good psychological safety in that sense.
Yeah, you guys really do.
I'm gonna get a poster for that. I'm gonna get a poster, hang it up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna say Jesse.
Yeah, there you go.
In quotes.
Yeah.
And then with like
everything that I said, the words of this time.
It's
At
still-
the end, producción, aplauso, por favor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys said that did you both take 5 years in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that is that where you guys met?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jess, you can
Ooh,
talk about your
producción,
school.
About-
música romántica.
No, yeah, we met our first year. We had like there was this thing in college where you have like all of your classes together for some reason at UC Riverside,
Yeah.
and that's how we met. So it was, I think, my first, like, when I think of like our first time we actually met, I think of like the small seminar classes, not like the lecture halls or anything.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, when I think about it, I'm like, okay, I remember that scenario in like meeting him, but he was like kind of. I don't think I've ever told him this, but I was like, he seemed like kind of cocky, right? Like he was like, why does he want to like? He like makes it seem like he knows everything for some reason, right? And that's what like I am. That was like my first impression.
No.
Which is valid, because I think at that point in my life, when it was freshman year, I was like in the most fit I've ever been.
Yeah.
Because that summer, I like worked out like all the time, and so going into college, I was very, very fit, and so yeah, it's probably that level of cockiness.
I was like, who is this nerd? And then, and then he started being like, oh, we should make like we should all study, like let's do a study group, blah blah. He's like, we should meet up at the library, and then I remember him getting my number that way, right? Because he's like, oh, let's go study.
My man.
And then I remember he like texted, or like they like created a group or something, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going, I already finished my homework.
Yeah, Jess hit the curveball, you know.
Damn.
It was like, but yeah, no, that's how we met, and then eventually, yeah, we just started talking.
Yeah, Jess graduated. What did you come in as? Chemistry or biochem?
Biochem.
Biochem. She came in as a biochemistry major, and then she graduated as a neuroscience major. And then I came in as a chemistry major, and I graduated as a microbiome major.
Ooh.
And so those were like very intensive majors, and there's a lot of dropout rates.
Yeah.
So when you do a community, right, you're more likely to like, oh yeah, let's all study together, work together, blah blah blah, get you through your stuff. Yeah.
And they also become your friends, right?
Yeah.
Even when, you know.
No, I'll be honest, like I don't talk to anybody from that group anymore except
Jess.
Jess. Yeah.
I got what I needed.
Y'all losers can suck it. I'm
Yeah, we still talk to a couple people that, like outside of that group, right? But yeah, we that's so funny that you say that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's like the intention of the school, right?
Yeah,
They were like your friends at the time.
Yeah.
They were like.
Yeah,
people you hung
definitely.
out
Yeah,
at the
during college
time.
you hang out, you know,
Yeah,
you're all
yeah.
together.
I think it helped though, because I remember the first few weeks of school, I was crying the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it was my first, the first one to go to college, and I didn't go far. I was in Riverside, right?
Yeah.
But it felt far because it was an hour, like and a half or 2 hours away. And then so I remember like I would cry, and then I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want to be here. And then I remember my family telling me where they're like, well, I mean, you don't have to go. You can come back and work. Right, it's just like, so it's just like you either stay in school or you can come back and work, and they're like, but yeah, for those like first few weekends of the year, I was going home. Like they would come and pick me up, and then I would go home. That's why we would never really hang out during the weekend. But then I think that's why he was like, oh, it felt like you weren't interested in me, but I was like, because I was going through it.
She's like, I wasn't. Though.
I was like going through it.
Things okay, then you're cocky ass.
I know, like a nerd, like go study. No, but yeah, and then eventually, like we started getting comfortable around each other, and I felt like he was like that space, right, where I was like, oh, I feel comfortable to have someone who can help me now, and I don't feel as alone anymore. And then, but yeah, and going into college, I'm like, I wasn't looking for a boyfriend. I didn't have a boyfriend in high school or anything. Like that wasn't on my mind. But I think it was just like a Latina thing where they're like, you don't need a man type of thing. And my grandma was always telling me, she was always like, focus on yourself, because like at the end of the day, like those relationships, you're little, like you know, they mean something in that moment, but they don't really lead to anything. And if they do, then that's amazing. But at the same time, like my grandma was like, you have to study and like focus on yourself. And then even in college, like I don't think I told them I had like when we started like going out, I didn't tell them that I had a boyfriend until I think Vic was the one that told my mom.
Damn.
I think Vic was the one that snitched, and then she called me. Now that I like think about it, I was like, I remember my mom called me and she's like, me dijo tu hermano que piensa que tienes un novio, and I was like, what? And I'm like, how does he know?
Oh, you think it was like it was just like casual conversation, like, oh, I think she's seen someone.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I think so.
Go for dinner. I think Jesse's seen someone.
Like, fabulous steak, mother.
Very scrumptious.
Oh man.
The green beans are prepared to perfection.
Anyways, I think I heard Jess over the phone.
Now that I think of it, I was like, I think he's the one that told my mom, and then because I stopped going home like as often.
Yeah.
So, but then for them, they were always like, oh, she's probably studying more, like the exams or whatever. But yeah, that was that was funny.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I think a lot of like first gen stuff, just like getting used to it. Like my mom was very like pro education, but more so like she's like, you got to do this to get a good job, you know. And I was like, okay, well, yeah. So like when she dropped me off, like that's the last time my mom ever like provided any money to me, because like, you know, growing up, like we didn't have any money, but like the last thing she bought from Target is like all that stuff back in the day is like, well, here you go, dude. And then I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta like, I'm that's it, I'm on my own. But I was also very like poor though. You know, and I was like still trying to figure it out. And my roommate was my friend from college or from high school. And then I remember he was also very poor.
Is it curly hair?
No, not him. No. Okay. I met him like in second or third year.
Oh yeah,
Alex. Yeah, my roommate, he was super poor too. And then I remember one day, this shit stuck with me, and it still sticks with me now. He was like, dude, like, how are we ever gonna afford a car? Like, my family like can barely afford theirs. And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know, you know.
Because you guys would ride your bikes all the time, huh?
Yeah, we'd have bikes. We'd have fixies back in the day. Yeah.
You know what? You know how you were saying the impression you got of him? You could have skipped all that and just be like, well, he wrote a fixie, and I would have known already.
She got me a chrome backpack too. I remember that.
Okay.
That was good. But yeah, and so like doing all of college and going through all of that was definitely an experience, and I was just like, I can't go back. You know, like I was like, and it was crazy because like growing up, I grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment at first. Then we moved to a 2-bedroom, but it was a 2-bedroom apartment shared with like 8 people. Yeah. And I never had a room to myself. It was always my mom, my sister, and my 2 aunts. I was in a bunk bed, so I was at the top bunk.
Shout out to
Skinny. He's just really trying to tell us that he was skinny.
Right. He was at the top because he was in the penthouse. That's right.
No, Carlos said, Carlos said, I'm at the top of the bunk bed because I always stay up top.
That's right. Yeah, I got a view of everyone right here.
But doing all of that, right? And then you go to college, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I only have to share a room with one person. Yeah. And then after that, I was like, dude, me tengo que poner las pilas, bro, because I can't go back home. Like, and then I think that summer was when I got like my first, I was doing research. I got really lucky because like our TA, she had a brother that was in school. She was very cool. She was very like young, hip, like all that stuff.
Yeah. Growing her own weed.
Yeah, she grew her own weed. Yeah, she was a big pothead. Okay. Yeah, she was really cool. And then she was like, hey, you know, like my brother, he has a space where you could go do research, right? You could apply, get paid. I was like, thank fucking God. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'll live with you guys. So I was living with my TA and her brother at their house in Riverside for the summer. and I got paid. I think I got paid $5,000 every month for 2 months, and that was a fuck ton of money.
Yeah,
Because my rent was like $500, and I was like, thank God. But it sucked because the school didn't tell me it comes at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure out how to make that money. I don't know how the fuck I paid, but all of that shit happened.
Here.
But yeah, but after that, I never went back to live back at home, and not because it was bad, but it was mostly because like I couldn't do it. Like I didn't want to like. If I went back, I think my mom would have gone easy on me and gone like, oh, you don't have to like work hard as much, right?
Yeah.
Like she probably pushed me, but if she saw me going to work every day, that'd probably be enough for her.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, nah, I can't go back.
More.
Like I need to feel like what it's like living on your own.
Yeah.
And so me and Jess, I think we started living together like our third year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After I was an RA.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like the struggles too, because when people think like you go to college, like as like people like first gen, right? You're just like, how, because you get money, right? FAFSA, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes it's not enough, and you're living on campus, and it's so expensive. Like I don't know how much it was back then, but I remember sometimes I'd be like, fuck, I have to pay, but I don't have enough to make it, and then I would have to like, I don't know how to like tell or ask my parents for money, right? And then I'd be like, oh, like me faltan 500, but for us like 500's a lot, right? And I was just
still is, girl.
Yeah, and then I'm like, because for them I was like, like for them they were like, my dad was always the type to be like, oh yeah, yo te lo doy, and I'm like, yo te lo pago, and I was like, but I feel like having parents like that kind of does lead to that financial ruin too, because like obviously the debt and like all this stuff, but they don't show it, they don't tell you, right? And it's just like for me growing up, like, oh, we had everything that my dad provided, but at the same time it's like it's all under debt. Like it's just like they don't want to not tell you that they can't give you something, right? And then whereas like I wish now about going back, it'd be like, no, like fucking just say no. Like why would you buy us Game Boys, or like why would you get us a Nintendo? Like just say, like we would have understood. But I feel like that's like the other side of things. But yeah, like coming in, it's just like waiting for that FAFSA check to come in. It's just like, oh my God, I can breathe for another quarter, and it's just like, and then on top of that you have to study and like pass your classes, and you're like, fuck, and then
transport yourself.
Yeah,
you realize you gotta take your fat ass from one place to the next. And then we got jobs on campus at least.
We did a lot of jobs. We worked a lot of odd jobs, and I would do like work study a lot.
I was gonna say, that's like the best thing you can do.
Yeah. And then I was a RA my second year, because I was like, well, fuck, I gotta figure out to pay rent, But I was the worst RA in the world, because and that wasn't me.
Like a resident assistant, right?
No, I was a resident advisor. So in the dorm,
a snitch.
Basically.
No, but I was the worst because I didn't do that. Because I was never there. I was always with Jess. I was never there.
I was like, do whatever you want, just leave me alone.
And I was like, guys, I don't really give a fuck, like I'm just here to get my money, like blah blah, and like, but I always got in trouble for that, and I always have meetings like, Carlos, you weren't there, like blah blah. I remember one night there was a fight in the dorms, and then like they were like, where was Carlos? Like, I don't know, dude.
Jess?
I know.
Find out where Jess is at. See you, Carlos is there.
But I did that for 2 years, right? I think my third year, I quit. Like right at like when June hit, right after I finished my final, I went to my boss and I was like, I quit. Like this is like, it was so like kiss ass. Like you really had to kiss ass to like do stuff. I'm like, I'm not like that. This is literally a college job, guys. Like it's not that serious.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't.
And if you're under work study, you're paying yourself 70% of that salary.
Yeah. So I was like,
suck it.
I'm done with this. And then me and Jess, we rented a house. It's crazy too in college. Like you just rent houses. It's fucking like you're barely turning 21. But we had a house like right around the corner. It was with 4 of our friends. And it was chill. It was crazy, like getting thrown into like that type of stuff, right? Because my mom never told me how to fill out like an application.
Or like to rent a house.
Because at the time you had to do it con penny. Penny paper.
A money order, right? Like, would you?
We would give her cash. Orders? I think. I forget how we would do it with her.
Yeah, we're drug dealers.
Yeah. She was so nice though. Like she was honestly really cool. And then that's also another big reason why I got. We had our German Shepherd. Like I remember telling myself, like, damn, like I'm no longer gonna be an RA. And I don't want to go home, right? And I don't want to live there after I graduate college. Like I kept telling myself, I can't go back home. I was like, I gotta get a dog that they don't allow very much in apartments. And then Jess found it on Craigslist, right?
Yeah, on Craigslist.
And then we went to some middle of like the town and
sketchy
Like
as
a
fuck.
rancho, like it was like a rancho, yeah.
And then like we called them and they were like, okay, I'll open the gate, and they opened the gate and like then like the dogs were there, like they were like in the garage thing,
like puppy.
Yeah, it was like a little puppy,
Aw.
and then Jess chose her out because like she jumped on top of all the food.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
put a bowl and then she just like jumped on top and was like, yeah,
Yeah.
this fat ass is mine.
That's one of my own right
Right,
there.
right.
And I
That's
think
right.
that's what really got me like, or got us to be more independent, because
Yeah.
we're taking care of something.
Yeah.
And
But in
like,
college, you're dumb. It
in-
was like,
in
come
college
on.
is crazy. Getting the German Shepherd in college.
That's pretty bold.
We were like over here, like, oh, how do we feed her?
Yeah. And
How
she
do we
was
feed,
a-
how do we feed ourselves?
My baby eats first, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. Like
Yeah.
Nixie,
Yeah.
like got so much love. Like I would take her to the vet.
That's real. That's real love right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what like really got me to work even harder, because I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I gotta work hard to get her like a good place to live, take care of her, and so I don't have to go back home. But there's other shit that was hard. Like I remember a friend got us a job at Pollo Loco.
I worked with you.
Shout out to the Polo Loco.
And you know what's funny too? Joanna worked at a local one
Around
in
here?
Santa Ana, and I have a really close friend who then later on, when Joanna and I started talking and meeting each other, we found out that that really close friend of mine, shout out Augie,
Shout out.
he has an uncle
Oh,
who would
the
always
whole
go
family.
to Pollo Loco and like yell at her.
Oh my god.
But
Not the yelling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he always wanted his large diet Coke.
that's passion. That's passion. That's passion.
Why'd you
No.
give his
I'm sorry, sir.
Wait, how long did you work there?
Like probably like 6 months.
Okay, that's a long time.
How long
I
did
went
you guys-
one day,
No.
dude. They had you at the cashiers, right?
Yeah, I think I was
'Cause she
there
was
for.
cute,
I
that's why.
was there
That's
for.
And I was ugly.
I go to the
They
back.
had you at the back. Hey,
Yo, I asked the girl.
I was there
we
for
have-
a
we have
week
shipment
though.
coming in, Carlos. Go to the back.
You were there a week?
Yeah, I think it was like a week
Oh,
or
yeah.
two.
Oh.
And like it was at a time when we did need money, you know. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I was like, bro, I don't want
They're
to.
like, we're down bad. We're not this down bad.
Yeah, no, and it
And
sucks
no
working-
disrespect to the
Yeah,
the
'cause
fast food
but that's why I
workers.
quit, because
Yeah.
it's so fucking hard. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I can't do it. Like, I could like they had me in the parrilla. That parrilla's hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. And then he was like, all right.
It's all like uncooked.
yeah.
No,
Gonna give people
Take it out early.
salmonella?
Take it out early.
Because don't they
Start
have
with
raw
the-
chicken at Pollo Loco?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
It's
They
so hard.
season it in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had
Yes.
me doing that the first day.
That's
They're like,
hard.
get the chicken, put it in the drum, mix in the stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
once it's in there, put it on the grill, and this is how long you have to put it for. But it was an older guy teaching me, right?
Yeah.
And like I couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
dude, I gotta quit. Man.
It's that different generation expectation.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to do any of that?
No, but it's because like I don't know what it was in me like back then too, where I was like every job that I had for some reason I would quit.
Okay.
And like I feel like it got to me at one point
Yeah.
because I was like, why the fuck am I quitting all the time?
I gotta look deep.
It was like for real, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then yeah, because I was like, well, how did my parents do it? They fucking
Yeah.
like endured. Like my mom, she was like obviously back in the day, she was working for KFC for a long time,
Yeah.
and then and then all of this stuff that ever happened in college, I never told them. Like,
Yeah.
because it was just like, why would I
Why
worry
would
them?
we
Yeah.
worry them?
And then, because
Yeah.
for them, it was like, oh, Jess is always in school. She's studying. She's doing okay. But she's like, all this shit that we had to go
Yeah,
through.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I went into like credit card debt for like a while. I think for like I got my first credit card in freshman year,
Yeah.
and then after that, I think I graduated college, and I think I was like at least like $8,000 in debt. Which in retrospect, like it doesn't seem like a lot now, right? Because I'm a lot older. But back then, I was like, holy fuck, I'm fucked for life. And it's crazy. Like, Jess was the one that got me out of debt. Like, she was the one that paid it off because she had been saving, I think. And she didn't have any debt because she was very careful with her money.
Nice.
And I think that's what kind of led me to be like, oh shit, I gotta become more fiscally, financially
For sure,
responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
another thing I feel like there it's not, at least it wasn't taught to me, right?
Yeah.
So I totally get you. Jess, if you can help me out too, that'd be great.
Hey, I got you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's
you're
a-
laughing, but I'm not laughing.
no, that's a good point because, like, for example, the way we grew up is, so we had like a traditional household, right? Our dad was the worker, and my mom was the housewife.
The hunter.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
That's right.
And he hunted a lot. You can tell. Hunted way good. Yeah. No, but my dad, I think my dad was such a he was so financially, he still is responsible, and he's so smart. I think with the way like his spending habits and budgeting and
Very
all that stuff.
disciplined.
Here's the problem: he never actually taught us.
He
Like
was
we
just
just,
like, yeah, he
we-
would just be like, no seas menso, salva tu dinero. I'm like, oh my God.
but you know,
Life
Right,
bulb
like-
moment.
yeah, but
Life bulb moment.
the thing is, like, by the time like we were making any kind of money where he can be giving us that kind of advice, I feel like it was just harder to break the bad habits.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and no hate to him tampoco, right? It is what it is.
Right.
We were never taught the good habits.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has those good habits. We were just never taught that.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah,
if he
you know.
didn't have those good habits and he just lied to us?
What if he had a second family?
Damn, he was super rich.
Damn.
No, that's valid, and I
You know,
think
yeah.
a lot of the
So I get you. Totally get
yeah,
what you
and I
mean.
think Jess mentioned it right, and I think I agree. Where I just didn't want to tell my mom that I needed
Yeah.
money. You know, I didn't want her to like do that because my mom was also very like careful with her money, very very careful. Like she was the
Yeah.
one that like taught me how to use coupons and like complain at stores. Like this is the last box. Like I want a discount.
That's
type of
right.
Shit.
Yeah.
And then I only grew up with my mom, so I never met my dad. So it was always just my mom, and so I like. Yeah, now that I think about it, I wish he would have taught me, you know,
Right.
like how
Yeah.
to do
No,
stuff
like
a
no,
little bit
no
better.
hate, no
You
hate
know?
to the parents, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they had to learn on their own as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
And but
Yeah, actually, and now that you say that too, like I feel bad too because I remember I saw this reel and it was just like, oh, like whenever you get mad at your parents, like just remember that this is also their first time
first time.
living life.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I was
I
like,
never
"Fuck."
thought about it that way.
'Cause my mom be
Don't
calling
make
me.
humanize my parents.
My mom be calling me. She's like, hey, like this link isn't working. I'm like, fuck, you know, like, just press it. Like she had me order
Yeah.
her shoes yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Damn.
fuck.
I hate it when they humanize our parents. Damn it.
But then I remember like, damn, you know, like,
Yeah.
you
It was
know,
her
like
first time
if
living.
Jess needed help, I'd be helping her. You know, so I should
Yeah.
do the same for my
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think growing up that way, like with my mom, like she
Yeah.
did teach me good habits, but I think she taught me like more like a lot more working on entrepreneurship.
Right,
Sure.
right,
'Cause
right, right.
she
Like
had to
those
do
soft
everything on her
skills,
own.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Because my mom's very charismatic, like when she wants to be,
Yeah.
like when she wants to like make a sale, right? Like
Yeah.
she's very,
For
very
sure.
convincing.
Yeah.
you know?
It's like an on and off. You know that's I can relate to that a lot, and I admire that a lot también in other people, because I mean it feels almost like an on and off switch. It's
Yeah.
It's when you want it, and it really makes you think just how good of an entrepreneur you can
Yeah.
be. You know.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you guys.
Yeah.
When good.
When
I'm
do you
I'm
guys
glad.
turn on and off your
Right
Yeah.
now.
Okay, can we turn it off? You guys are at an 8. I need you at 4. no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Fuck, this water hit.
That water hit.
Fire him, dude. Fire him.
I didn't hear anything.
This comment happened outside of work. This had nothing to do with HR. No, but I was gonna ask you guys so when you guys, you know, obviously you guys met when you guys were in college, and you guys ended up living together with other roommates. So you guys must have built a really good connection with each other. At what point do you think we got to bring it in, you guys? At what point do you think Yo Sabo was like the foundation of Yo Sabo was being built?
Y ni cuentas estaban dando, you know, that it was being done. No, for real.
I think that's more like recent. I think at least in the last 3 years because, and this is, so let's get into the segment.
That's right.
Let's
Producción,
get
you
into
zoom in real hard on Carlos.
let's get into Spanish, right? Let's get into the no sabos, the yo
Yeah.
sabos, and how people lose their Spanish. Okay.
Yeah.
So going to college, right? We were science majors. There is no time to take a foreign language.
Absolutely not.
My-
Those are tough majors.
Art stuff, like most science majors have all their 4 years planned out.
Yeah.
And if you fail
To
a
the
class,
T.
yeah, to a T. And if you fail a class, then you get thrown back, right? There is no time for like this extracurricular. My extracurriculars were like Psych 2, which was very basic psychology,
Yeah.
and like random science stuff, right?
Entomology.
Just took entomology.
What's
Science of
entomology?
insects.
Yeah, the science of insects.
Say that one more time.
Entomology.
Okay, that's not what I heard the first time. I
What'd
was
you
like,
hear?
that sounds delicious.
Gastronomy.
No.
Gastronomy. That's what
Straight.
And so like that's why like in college, that's why like honestly like I wasn't good at speaking Spanish when I was younger because my mom was always like, you gotta learn English. I'm a housekeeper. I need to be able to talk to these folks that have money that speak English
Yeah.
only. right? You need to help me talk to them.
Help me help you.
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
and I need to go to your school to talk to your teachers that also
Yeah.
might only speak English.
Right.
And so I was like, shit, like I'm really losing my Spanish here. And you go to college where you can't practice, right? Your Spanish, right? You're being taught everything in English, and so I really am speaking English to Jess every time. And then I go into my career, which isn't anything to do with Spanish. It's in the sciences, and so it's like, why is there so much judgment in me losing my Spanish when that literally was the course over 4, right? Plus 3 years in my career, 7 years of like not being able to speak it all the time, and I wouldn't go back home a lot. I had to work, I had to be in college, and so it's like that's one of like the scenarios that people just tend to lose their Spanish, or it doesn't become as polished. And then I'm like, yeah, so why is there so much like hate, against people that like don't speak that good Spanish? It's like, dude, we're busy like doing other stuff. It happens.
Absolutely. And the way you say it, it like makes a lot of sense. I think there's a misconception that kids who don't know Spanish is like, oh, it's because los parents se creen better than us y no les enseñaron.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, Marta Julia Alba, you suck it. How about that? Like, that's not true.
At all. Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Right? We were very lucky. My parents would get told the exact same thing, and my mom's like, animal.
That was my mom. That was my mom and grandma.
So we grew up with, we would only speak Spanish at home and then figure out the English outside the world, right? So, entonces, so like I would hear other people that were fluent in Spanish and then speak to us, and then they would see that we were also fluent, and they're like, oh, ustedes sí saben, no como los que esos niños que no saben, because sus papás nunca les enseñaron, se piensan que son gabachos, blah blah.
Yeah,
and
I think that's
not the case.
That's such a different perspective that we might have, because it wasn't until we started doing the podcast where I think certain videos that would blow up, and it was us speaking English,
Literal
right?
explosions.
Yeah. yeah. Like iOS malfunction. No. One of the, so for me, it's like, I mean, I've always been a big boy growing up, so I hear a lot of things, things that don't hurt me anymore. So comments on videos, like, to me, they're funny. They're funny,
okay,
but I just don't engage with them because I don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
I stopped and then went
It gets
back.
the people going.
Unless I feel connected to a hate comment that I feel like, okay, I gotta reply or something. But the reason why I bring that up is because for me, it was so hard for people. I've never been told that I'm a Yo Sabo kid. I've never been told that in my life. And again, because like Jesse said, we practice a lot of Spanish. And I also have to say that Joanna speaks very, very fluent Spanish as well.
I learned English.
From us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little promo. No, I learned to speak English when I was older. I was, I think, 7 years old. Yeah.
Ancient.
So old.
For the languages, that's ancient.
No, but one of those things, right, was that when we started hearing people tell us that we're just a bunch of no sabo kids.
Yeah.
Like me apachurró so much.
Yeah.
And
It was
no, it was Jessica.
From the
Yeah.
It was your
From the spam account, yeah.
It was your spam.
No. And like,
Good
like,
job, girl.
Again, like I wanted got him. Woo! Yeah. No, like I want to emphasize so much that again, like we have never been called a Yo Sabo kid, because
I
when
think that
people
just shows que la gente está pendeja.
when people hear us
Yeah.
speak Spanish, some people think that okay, like I don't want to say anything to them because they probably know more than me at times. So then when we start hearing, or must been reading comments of like, fuck these like Yo Sabo kids.
Yeah.
I swear to you, dude, they called me fat. They called me piggy. Shut up, piggy. The torta. But the one that really like me apachurró a lot was when they called me like a pocho or or a no sabo kid, because I thought like that is so crazy and so ignorant.
Yeah.
Because it like I can easily say like, you don't know me, dude.
Yeah.
You don't know that we lived in Mexico and we studied in Mexico. You don't know the experiences that we've had. But all of that gets thrown out the window and no one cares. So I started thinking, you know what? People who struggle speaking Spanish and they're called no sabos, and then other people who are very fluent in Spanish and are called no sabo. I was like, you know what? this is why I legitimately I praise, like I praise the hell out of Yo Sabo The Game.
Yeah.
Because of that experience that we've had, where I've got to really genuinely experience it, where I'm thinking, you know what, this is an empowering term now.
Yeah.
And I know that's exactly what you guys represent with
Yeah.
Yo Sabo The Game.
Yeah.
It's taking the word back and owning it and saying "Ike."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then they see like 5 seconds or 10 seconds of something, and then you say like mariaste instead of like mariaste. Like,
Yeah,
then you add an
yeah.
S to it, you say mariastes, and then they're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's the end of the world. You don't know how to
Yeah.
speak Spanish.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Literally, no, like it's crazy, and I think what you just said, right? Like
Yeah.
it like diminishes your life experiences, right?
Absolutely.
And I
yeah.
think that's the main message that we've always voiced, like whenever we do like interviews or like do TV.
Yeah.
Like it's always been like, yeah, we shouldn't judge someone's like Spanish translation skills, right? Because we don't know what they've been through, you
Yeah.
know, like anything that has happened, like especially back in Texas, right, where like
Yeah.
Spanish was banned, or like right here, like in the U.S., where all this stuff is going on with against like Latino people that
Yeah.
only speak Spanish,
Right.
and so because of that, it's like, yeah, like owning that term back, right? Like take it back, because like as long as you're trying, right, is the biggest
Seriously.
thing.
Yeah.
And we want people to try in a fun way. That's why we
Yeah.
came out
Yeah.
with the game, and that's why we
Yeah.
continue to do
Yeah.
stuff for the community,
Yeah.
and why we're gonna continue to do so. But I do want to also say there's a big separation though in people that want to try, and people are just like, no, I don't want to learn Spanish.
Oh, for sure.
There's
Oh, yeah,
people
for
like
sure.
that,
Oh, for
and
sure.
those are those are
And if
We
different.
don't care about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Those are
And
different.
Yeah, and if you're
They're-
like that,
they're
then
the
shut
bad
up,
ones.
You know.
Ah. But I can say it because I'm the good
The
one.
good ones.
Yeah, but no, I'm fully for learning the language that you
Yeah.
lost, or learning another
Yeah.
language. Damn,
sure.
like do you hear French people call themselves Yo Sabos? Like, yeah,
That's
God
right.
forbid,
That's-
they're trying to learn the
yeah.
language too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because sometimes it's like we've learned nowadays that knowing one or more languages is such an advantage.
Yeah.
Both to make friends, work wise,
Like
whatever
when
it
me and
is.
Jess are outside, dude, and we're like talking smack, like, damn, we just
That's
started talking
right.
Spanish. My Spanish becomes perfection.
There you go. There you
When
go.
it
Eso me cuenta.
Yeah.
when it comes to chismear, the accent, the Spanish, the grammar, all of it becomes
Yeah.
perfect now.
Yeah.
No, but it's and you know what, I'd even say, believe it or not, it can even help the other way around. People who people who don't
Like our parents. We played the. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
We played Yo Sabo, pero backwards.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we show them the word in Espanol and
Yeah.
we're like try to guess what it is in English.
Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah.
it's been one of the only games. I think it's been the only game where we've been able to sit down in our dining room and play all of us.
Listen, look.
Oh,
And-
yes,
and
Brooke, you're not
look.
possible.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
We're so
Thank you.
excited. Oh, look at
Someone-
that.
Audience,
Yeah.
man, this audience is standing up.
Yeah, dude. Who said I need milk? That's just a weird thing to say at this point.
Is that always
Yeah.
That's the only- you need some milk.
Anyways, though, listen, Joanna as our witness, right?
So is the Lord.
Yes, Joanna's family. When I first started hanging out with her family, they're big board game people, especially loteria, right?
We gamble.
But I would say it's more of a gambling problem than a loteria.
Family
Yeah. But with that being said, right, Joanna always wanted to bring that same kind of vibe with my parents, which was never the
Yeah.
case. My parents, dude, I swear, I don't know.
They watch us play.
They,
board
yeah,
games.
no,
yeah.
and they barely want to watch us. They're just like,
They're
what
all
is
drunk,
this? I don't. Yeah, they're like, I don't.
Involved.
Yeah,
Is she
like they don't.
cheesy?
Hasta se ponen de malas to play a game. Like they are allergic to having fun. Is really what I'm saying, right? But like Jesse said, Yo Sabo, I swear to you, it
Yeah.
is the only game that we have had our parents sit down and genuinely, authentically be able to play it.
Yeah.
Not just want to play it, but be able to play it.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
really,
you know what?
really
I think
important.
it's because our parents are a bunch of dweebs. They think they're like, they're allergic to having fun. They feel like if they don't benefit from something, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But there's something they can actually benefit
Yeah.
from because they're learning something.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember, what is it, last Thanksgiving? Not this Thanksgiving, but the last one. My sister's husband was also here, and he's German.
Hans.
So.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Hans.
Yes. He's German, and so he doesn't know Spanish, but he's been able to also learn from it. So I'm telling you, like one German, a bunch of Mexicans, and then like a couple Mexican and Chino.
The unidentified being, right?
Yeah. Something that radiates way too much heat. Yeah.
That's why Joanna's close.
The AC's on. Yeah, the AC's on.
No wonder it's hot.
He's partying. It's going that way.
I'm like one of those, you know, when you go to a restaurant and then they have that thing.
Exactly. Just Cheeto floating. Yeah. No. And it was one of those games where we could all play, which was really interesting. And I'm like, huh. And you'd be surprised, like he's our sister's husband also is learning Spanish, and he was like. He had
I sadly have to admit that he beat a couple of us. You know,
that's right.
But it's because since he's practicing it so often, he has it at the top of his head.
It's fresh.
Yeah. So if you're watching, it didn't count.
He was cheating.
He bought a game. He just did it. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. No, so I want to go back to something that you had mentioned, Carlos. So you said that the idea of Yo Sabo was more of like maybe like 3-ish years ago.
Damn, we got off on a tangent.
No, that's okay.
My ADHD.
Jess could talk more about like 3 years ago for the creation, or now going forward. Yeah.
I remember you came up. Well, he came up to me, right? He's like, hey, we should make it. Literally. What's up? He's like, I got a business idea.
Hey, Big J. I got an idea for you, Big J.
But that's how he always is, because he says the randomest thing. Remember when you had that idea? So even before that, right? He's like, someone should invent like.
Hey, don't share the idea.
That one's gonna go to our Patreon.
That's right.
Go ahead, you can tell.
Okay.
But that's pretty fantastic.
That's a pretty good plan, actually.
So he's always like doing these crazy ideas, and he's like, so then one day he came, he's like, you know what, we should create a game. And I was like, a game? And he's like, yeah, like, because this was again when social media, some reason on TikTok, the No Sabo kids were like blowing up. Like that culture. And then it's crazy because even for me, when Carlos was saying about like college, you don't speak that much Spanish. Like I never, or maybe because social media wasn't that big back then, where it's like, I never considered Carlos a No Sabo kid either. Like even though he didn't really know Spanish, like I would hear him talking to his mom, and then his mom would talk to him in English. So I was like, well, no wonder you don't know, right?
That's true. My mom, she does be calling me the
and then again, my parents were like, Jesse, you're like your mom. My mom was like, I don't give a fuck, like like amique. And then so they spoke Spanish, and then he's like, so since all of this is blowing up, why don't we create a game around it? And I was like, well, what would we make then? And then he's like, well, wouldn't it be fun to like kind of challenge people to kind of test them to see if they really know? Because during that time, I don't know for what reason, when we were all together, we would be like, you don't even know how to say that in Spanish. And like we would like for some reason, like our friends, like we all speak English, right? We're all Latinos though, so it's just like, it's kind of weird how since we were college friends, we never had that idea that we should speak Spanish to each other. Where like that mentality wasn't back, like
because just that environment, right? Like Alex, right? Alex was an engineer. He graduated as an engineer from UCR, and so there was definitely no room for Spanish.
So it's just like we all knew some Spanish, but it's just like it was like
reserved for parents.
And also like default, like English is default.
And those careers. Trying to translate those words, just ran. Hey, du ni ganas te dan, dude.
Mejor no. I know.
Mejor no hablo.
Have
you seen the TikToks of like people in the medical field? Like I accidentally told a lady to I'm gonna check her lonja.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then so during that time we were like, oh yeah, well, a ver, ¿cómo se dice this? Or like we're like, you don't even know how to say like blit. Like again, like to that story, literally that story on the freeway, like where Carlos is out. He was in love with the Goodyear blimp for some reason.
Hey,
I get it.
No, dude, we
do it whatever. Like we would be driving.
We turn up.
Go around.
They stop on the freeway.
Or when it's in the air right there, like, oh, it's flying today. But
that's one of like my most fondest memories of like the beginning of the idea, like when we were going on down to 405 and saw the Goodyear blimp. And then we were with our friends. We were with Alex, right? Alex, Val, and
Yeah.
It wasn't with Christy.
He's gonna ask for the
The commission.
There you go.
He was with us too when we
The
first
stocks.
tested
He's
the
gonna
game.
need a stock
He was there.
percentage.
He was there at the first game night we ever had, and but
And
we'll get to them after.
And then so was like, so when he was like, well, let's do like words, like to test people, and then throw in some. Like, but then at first, like when he came to me, I was like, well, that's just like vocab words. Why can't I grab flashcards and stuff?
Yeah.
And then he's like, but there's something in it where it's just like, I don't. He's like, there's something there though. Like there's something that we can create around it. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, well, let's throw in like the rest of the cards that people like to this day. We only use the words right for videos, but then there's like the challenges in there, and then the trivia, and then the penalty stuff. Like, cause at first I was like, well, let's have cards that have like penalty words under to kind of see, to throw in a little bit fun, cause it was a drinking game at first, right? So it's like that's how. Because back in the days, like, everything was a drinking game.
For sure.
So then we're like...
Cup, you remember that?
You're like flashback.
Dude, King's Cup is the reason why to this day, and you guys know this, I don't drink. King's Cup me traumó tanto, dude.
Dude, one time they had vodka, beer, soda,
water.
water.
Nacho cheese. I don't know how nacho cheese made it in there.
Dude, orange juice, water, dry, nasty ass beer. Yeah.
Like 3 Tylenols, dude. No, wait. Quick question, real quick. So how long, when all that was going on, how long after was that when you guys graduated from college?
It was a while.
Yeah, it was like...
Because we came out 2022.
Congrats.
I was just thinking that. I was like, damn, I just launched it to her. And we graduated 2015.
Yeah, so 7 years.
So it was 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And like before then, you didn't even have like that thought, right?
No. We were doing like our corporate jobs.
Yeah.
And, I was very into it. I had finished up my master's and I mean, I was very like set on like, this is gonna be our 9 to 5. We were very fortunate because we were both working from home, and so we were very comfortable and enjoying what we did. But I think one of the things that we forgot to mention was that at that time, right when the idea started coming out, we were all living together. So I was living with Jess's family. We had me and Jess bought a townhome, and then
your dog.
And then we moved in Jess's family. So we were all living together, sharing one house, and it was really helpful because it was a first mortgage, but everyone was paying. But it felt like a think tank because Jess's brothers are all creatives. They're all this side of, or what side is it? Like
none of them.
One of them. They're all this side, and so they're very like they think in art. And we think very like the other side of stuff. Logical and all that stuff.
Well, you guys are math and science people.
And so and then Vic, Gio, Jesus, they're all arts, and so like I think with them in the house, it was just like a think tank. And so
I think Carlos got inspired. I feel like because even then, like those 7 years, Carlos was always like, we need to do something. Like we need to, but it was always work out, eat, sleep. Repeat. Meal prep, like all this
very
stuff.
like unfulfilled at that time. I was like, damn, I can't connect. I haven't connected back to my Latino roots. I'm not doing much. Like we're just watching Netflix all the time. Like fuck, I gotta do something.
And then with COVID, that's when like the whole game side of stuff like erupted, right? Because you're at home,
right,
and you're just like wanting to do. So then I think after that, because it was still like during the time people had masks, I think in 2022, and then so we were all like.
That shit.
Hey.
No, for real. I was like, my mom.
Can you put Carlos a mask and see how he looks? Damn.
It's a screw mask.
Dude, I loved it because it hit my double chin.
Oh my god, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I know someone who was getting laser chin hair removal.
Laser chin?
Chin hair laser removal.
Cheeto?
Yeah. You promised you wouldn't say.
And this person was getting, their hairs and their chins lasered. But before you laser, you can't shave it. You have to let it grow. And then they'll laser it off. And then you continue letting it grow. And then you laser it off until it goes away. So when you have, like, thick chin hair, you don't want to walk out in public like that. The pandemic, though, this person had their big-ass... face.
Have you seen the Dyson one? The one that's like the air purifier one?
Shut
up.
You should look it up. Greg, put it up here, right here.
Oh
What
my
the
god.
hell?
That's stupid.
I know.
That's how I'd be flying in first class.
But
Damn.
I would hear that a lot.
But No, never mind. No, yeah. We're gonna get into
So the game, right? Jess,
like a think tank.
Yeah. So Jess was the one that, she brought in the other stuff, right? The trivia, the challenges that really made it more unique. And then after that, we went to Vic. Hey, Vic, this is our idea. Vic is a graphic designer, a freelance graphic designer, and we were like, this is our idea. We're wondering if we could work together, if you could come up with like the art, behind it, because we can only give you mechanics, right?
Right.
And then he did it. He gave us a whole presentation. I remember I was like, damn, I was so proud of him, because this is his work. Like he took it very seriously.
For sure.
And I was very much inspired because I saw them doing their own thing, right? They weren't working for anyone. And at this time, Vic was like very like not gonna work for someone. He wouldn't say it out loud, but he wasn't gonna do that. So he's a freelancer. And so when I saw him like that into it, and the way that he was showing me stuff, I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's order 500 units. And at that time we weren't really thinking much. We got out some of our savings, but we had just purchased a townhome, right? So but we weren't paying that much rent. So we felt like, okay, it's a risk, but like, que pasa, whatever. I kept telling Jess, if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna go to the fucking swap meet and sell it, or on the street, and sell it. I don't care. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, my girl was like, we'll sell it to people we know.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Put one in with every abono.
Exactly.
Just one card.
No, just little teas. Yeah, let me know. It comes with 64.
Yeah, and then then the game got created, and I don't know. At first, I felt like kind of, I'm like that person that's always thinking so negatively about things. Yeah. Like I'm on that other side. Yeah. Because I was like, but it was not only just like about the money stuff, but it was more so the game itself, like how it was gonna be received, and then
the reception.
Yeah, and then like, are people gonna hate it? Like because I'm like, okay, if I play it, like I know these words, but then Carl's like, but there's people that are literally like me that don't know Spanish.
I always gotta remind Jess that, right? Like it's like there's
I'm
other
like,
people out there.
But I'm like, because I'm like, but what if it's like too easy, or like they don't like it, or they this or that? Like there's always something that I would bring to Carl's. He's like, stop thinking about that. Like like if. Like people aren't gonna like everything. Like you don't like certain things, so like what's like it's just and then like after a little while, like when we started getting reviews, I think that's when it kind of hit me, and like people started messaging us about like how they had the time of their lives with their family, and I was like, wait, like I can't even imagine it. Like
it's a very weird feeling.
Yeah, like you're like, wait, how?
Creation.
Like it's just like, how did
it's not even imposter syndrome. It's just like really like weird feeling. Like, oh shit, like someone trusted their money, right? Their hard-earned money, bought something, took the risk in buying that product, took it to a game night or brought it to their parents, right? And that's another risk. Played it and had a good time.
Yeah.
Like I obviously like we played it right with our friends and we had like really good time. But then seeing everybody else post, right, and do that stuff, I think that's like crazy. Like it's a weird feeling. Like, it's like, damn, this creation, like something Cheeto touched is in your home.
Like, oh my God, that's so. If you order right now, Greg, I'm gonna link this person right now. This is a perfect time, you guys.
Cheeto, can you make him look like he's like in an infomercial?
QVC.
Friends, you don't want to miss out. It's here, it's limited, and it's ready for you. No, but in all seriousness, if you order anything,
he tells me that all the time. Like when he comes home from work, he's like, "Oh, I touched all the games."
Before I leave, I go like, no. More like when I see
Stop. Walk it out.
When I see like people promoting it online on TikTok or anything like that, or same thing, right? I guess for me it's a lot different. Pero when I see huge family, friends playing the game, they're all laughing and like it's like starting conversations, people are bumping heads in a good way, I start thinking like, oh my gosh, dude, like I packed that. Like I touched that, and and I'm like, that's pretty gloves? Cool. I wash my hands very thoroughly.
The game has a protection.
The game comes very beautifully packaged, you guys. I take a lot of good integrity. I really do.
Reviews that say that. They like the package was very nice and like secured the thing. Yeah.
I see. The best way I can describe the way I package is go back to an episode of SpongeBob, and it's when he puts the pickle. What was it? He put like the pickle to sleep.
He came
Yeah.
with the little ketchup as well.
I see, and then
You put
when
a
I
little
close
bacon
it,
and cheese.
when I close it, you know, I read it a bedtime story, and then I ship it off. That's the closest that I can.
Cheeto packs away.
And and that's just me being realistic, you know. But no, that's a surreal feeling for me. So I can't imagine what you guys.
Because even in my mind, in the very beginning, I was like, oh, this is going to friends who like are trying to like have a great time. Because again, I was only thinking about pandemic, friends just like getting together again and just playing a drinking game, right? Because that's what I was thinking. But then like when I started seeing that people were actually including their parents, and they're like, oh, I played it around, like I don't know why it never like came to me where it's just like people are using it in a different way that I never would have imagined, because they're like, I'm playing it with my family. I'm like, wait, how? Because I thought like in my head I'm like, oh well, I think of it as like I'm having fun with my friends, but then people that have big families, right, and they're just like, I included my grandma, like, you know, she's like playing with us, and then all of a sudden I had this feeling where I was like, oh my god, like I don't know, like it was just like that's where it hit me, where it's just like I don't think of it as like, oh, it's too easy, too simple. It's more of like you're creating that memory. You're part of that memory now, like even though we're not there physically, but yeah. And then the one thing that I'll always remember is someone had messaged us saying that their mom was in the hospital, and like she I believe she had cancer, but she wasn't like gonna make it like that much longer. And she said that she played Yo Sabo with her like at the hospital, and I was like, I was like, that's like the things that I just like snippets from. I'm like, oh my god, this is something that I just in that moment was like brushing it off, because Carlos was always coming out with ideas, but in that moment I was like, damn, like this is something. So that was my experience with the game in terms of the creation. And
at what point did you guys feel like, okay, like I know Jess, you were mentioning, right, like the game is being taken so different than what I thought. At that point where you're like, oh, okay, like I see potential for something that can spread to different varieties. Like for example, a second version.
Yeah, I think it wasn't until last year, after 2 years, I think, that we were doing this, because for it to like, for me, like in the beginning I was like, okay, like we sold 500, right? It's just like, okay, but like I see it more of a long-term thing, right? It's like, well, where are we going to be in 5 years? Like that's where I would want to know, right? Because I'm not the one that's like, oh, it's like blowing up on TikTok, is going viral, whatever. Because I'm like, okay, what? Like it went viral, like that's just a video, right? But for me, I was like, okay, there has to be more to this. Like I need to, like I didn't deem it successful until probably like last year, where it's like, okay, we're already 2 years into it, people are still buying, they're still interested, and it's like because there's a strong message behind it. Like I feel like if it was like just something else, I don't know if I would have like been truly behind it. Like there is something in me that just like, okay, it turns into that passion, where at first it's like, okay, it's an idea, now it's this passion that I want to continue spreading, right? Because I feel like we haven't reached that, like, you know, we haven't reached the top yet. Like we're still working hard towards that, but that's where now it took me to that point where it's like, I need to give it my all to see if we can reach that, you know? And if it doesn't happen, then, you know, at least we tried it. Because at the end of the day, like for me, yes, school was important to go into your career, and that was like the only thing that I viewed as like school, work. You have to provide for your family. Like that's literally life. Like that's all that's for me. But the fact that this came to be, and now it completely like changed like my life, right? Because now I'm working, and you know, this is my full-time thing. So for me, it's like a scary feeling, especially being like the firstborn Latina and like in my family. I don't want to feel like a failure, right? We've never, I feel like that's never, it's always been in my mind, but like to take that leap and to like, I obviously would not want this to fail, right? But at the same time, like it's always scary to have that feeling, and I feel like I've grown with that feeling my whole life. So it's just like, well, why not give this a chance? And then create a new pathway for us that is not the traditional go to work for the rest of your life. Retire at like never, basically, for our families, right? It's just like it feels like we never get that chance that other ethnicities do, right? There's something in me that like shifted, where it's like, why the fuck do we have to do that? Like if others can do it, like why can't we? And then again, like say if like something happens, I'm like, well, I can go back to work. Like there's always different things you can do to eventually get back. Yeah, like even for us for that shift with Yo Sabo, I was like, I would have never imagined like 3 years ago when we first started that we would ever get to this point where now it is my job, right? But that's again, so it's just cool. Like that's so cool. It's just like that feeling that you get. Like again, people had always told us like, just quit. It's like, hey, yeah, quit. Like, how are you gonna live? Yeah. But then I never understood. They're like, oh, you'll just feel it. It's like, but what the fuck is that feeling? And then that feeling is where you're doing your job and you have this on the side, right? You're like, but there's like more, and there's like that feeling where like if I could just dedicate the time, I know I could like grow something out of it. Like maybe I can post more and see like how more sales we can get, or like maybe I can create a new game, or maybe like now I have time to like research something to create even more games that we could not have, like, that's not Yo Sabo but different games, right? So I was just like, there's a passion that I just want to like make more. So that was that feeling where it's like, but I can't do that because I'm doing my work. I can't quit. And then there comes to that point where it's like, okay, like I know we have a savings, and obviously I have Carlos who's amazing, and he was like, you have to do it. Like, even if, again, it all goes back to what lifestyle you want to live. I don't have to be spending like freaking like a bunch of money on groceries, like freaking just cook chicken and like eat white rice, and like you don't have to be going to restaurants all the time, buying clothes. Like for me, I just like live in loungewear because I'm like obviously I don't have to go to work, but like
steal from your grocery store.
It's like live as like you're just like getting by. It's just like you don't have to have all these like luxurious things, like And
I think to add to that, it's also like, be willing to sacrifice, right? Because Jess took a pay cut, like leaving her job, because working in biotech is pretty nice. There's a lot of opportunity and there's room to grow. But I think this year, right? Jess was like, shit, like how am I gonna juggle? Like there's brands that like are willing to fly us out, or there's brands willing to work with us, right, and willing to pay us, but I still have my regular work. Right. So I think that's when Jess like really felt it. And then we started planning. It took like 3 months. It's like, shit, well, okay, this is how much we have in savings. This is how much potentially Yo Sabo could bring in, right? Would you be okay with a pay cut? And then that's how the planning started. Yeah. And it was, it's scary, because you're taking on something, and like, like I think you didn't tell your mom right away, right? You didn't tell your mom right away. I haven't told my mom.
Hi, Mom.
What's funny? I actually kind of like let it loose because not right now.
That's what I heard.
That's my good chair. Come on.
I was showing my mom a video that Jess made, and in that one, Jess was like, "Oh, and I quit my job this year," and I was like, "Whoop." And then she was like, and then I just like laid back down on the couch, and then she's like,
"You're like,"
she's making conversation again. She's like, "Is Jessie still working? Her job?" I'm like, yeah, half, half, so I haven't told her. But like, because to them it's weird, it's like shit.
They don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand like the way of it, right? Yeah. Like they don't understand that sometimes you can do things like that, and it's okay.
Yeah. And I've told my mom like, hey, I want to quit my job to try to figure stuff out. She's like, what? Carlos, no. Like you went to college for this, and like your job, like blah blah. I'm like I never roll my eyes. Well, never mind. But like. Because she doesn't see everything, right? Like the planning that could go behind it. And I think up to this point in our lives, I think we've done pretty good decisions to get us to where we're at.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, been crazy.
You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah. And I think, we're getting closer to that. And I think, Jess took on the big task of quitting her job, because now she does work 24/7. So she's working more for less.
Yeah. It's like that one thing where they say you didn't want to work the 9 to 5. So now you're working like 70 hours a week.
Yeah. But
producción aplauso.
Unpaid OT. But
oh my bad. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think you've learned about each other, like doing this together?
That we're both very stubborn. Me and Jess are married, right? But we've also known each other. I show the ring now. But me and Jess have known each other for over 10 years. Yeah. It's been a long time.
What?
Right? Wait, no more, right? Closer to 15 years now, right?
2011.
Closer to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
Closer to 15 years. And so, like, through that, right, we've gotten to know each other at different stages. And I think at this point in our lives, it's like we definitely like butt heads, you know, with like the creativity process, because we both have kind of like different ideas, and like I see how things work one way and Jess sees how things work one way, and so I think now it's just trying to understand what kind of communication we need to have so that we don't argue, because I would hate it to become like on TV,
a chore.
But like on TV where like people like go into business with their significant other and then they hate each other because they're doing business and then they can't do it. So now it's like you have to learn how to communicate properly and actually try to take the time to not work. And like, and it's crazy, right? Because like I feel that sometimes people think, I think me and Jess are both very busy, like, and then now that I start thinking about it more, our free time is also busy time, because we're trying to stay away from work during our free time. So we're actively like, I'm not gonna check Jess, when she's done posting, she'll throw the work phone onto the couch and be like, I'm done. And then like that way she doesn't look at it, you know, because or else she'd be on it, you know, for a while, because she is very good at managing the social media, managing the postings, right, all that stuff. And so now it's like learning, okay, how do we handle that separation between work? Because we're literally at home. We're also both at home all the time with each other, so we don't get any like separation. And so it's learning how to communicate, learning when Jess needs her time, right? Jess told me something that I thought was really like important for me to understand. I wake up at 6, no matter what. I work from home, but I wake up at 6.
And then Cheeto wakes me up at 8.
And then Cheeto wakes her up at 8 because he rings the gate to go into the house.
Mom.
And so, but I've already had 2 hours to like get adjusted to my day before Jess even wakes up. And before, I would go, and right as soon as Jess woke up, I'd fucking throw everything at her. Like, hey, I saw this, I saw that, blah, blah, blah. And then she'd be like, oh, dude, I need my morning. You know, like, I need my morning. Yeah.
Don't speak to me unless I've had my coffee.
Yeah. And so I learned that, right? And so I think because she communicated that, and I don't know what I might have learned from all that stuff.
No, yeah, I mean, I learned the same that we, for sure, like the first year there was obviously fights. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like there was like arguments. There was
first year dating.
No, first year like the gay creation. That too, imagine. That too, imagine.
The first year did putazo. That's right.
Black eyes.
So yeah, like obviously you're going into a business together, so yes, we never were coworkers, right? Or like,
oh shit,
or you know, so it's just like
that's
it's
right.
Your partner.
you're not gonna go to your coworker and tell him shit that I'm gonna tell Carlos, right? Because it's not fair for him. Like, can you imagine? Even though maybe I do imagine talk to my coworkers like that. Yeah, you dumbass on like Teams. No,
in her Finsta, she put it in her fake Instagram.
She calls Cheeto no Sabo.
No, but yeah, I had to learn the hard way. Yes, a lot of arguments and tears and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got adjusted. It took a while. Like honestly, I think this year was finally the year where, after like when I quit in April, I think it took like around maybe, I feel like October time. No, October. So it's been recently where I feel like we've adjusted to a place where we know how to communicate in terms of when it comes to work. Because even when after I quit, like there are times where I just put a lot of emotion behind certain decisions, or like when he would be like, oh, we have to do this or that, and I'd be like, I'm like the stubborn one where I'm like, well, and then I put feelings into it. He's like, this is your workspace, right? Like you wouldn't go to work and put your feelings out to people. So it's like, don't do that for Yo Sabo. And it's like, well, that's true. And I just feel like I just took those emotions out of it, because again, we are in that space where this is literally my job. And like after a while, we communicate a little bit better in terms of like who has to do what, like who's handling what stuff. And I feel like that's kind of cleared my head a little bit more, where we get organized. And obviously like a workspace, like you have
right
you
like
have
your roles and responsibilities, right? And stuff.
So I feel like those first 3 years before I feel like October, I feel like we were all over the place. And it was just like arguments. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it's just, and
we don't lie.
I'm glad that it survived. Because like
I thought this whole thing was a lie.
Dude, there was points where I thought that it wasn't gonna work out because of how like like our arguments would go. Yeah. Like I felt like, you know what, fuck this. Like and it's like that was like the business side of things where it's like people don't see it, they see the brand, yes, but behind it is like there are multiple times where it's like, fuck it, like I don't want to do it anymore, or I don't want to like continue this if it's gonna affect us this way. And like no, but like after all, like I would always go back and think about it as like, no, there's like something there that I can't like just let go of. Absolutely. Like there, and then so I had to make it work, and then obviously it wasn't fair to him. Like he was just like literally just telling me like, we should do this or that or the other, and I feel like a lot of it came from me. But again, it's just more so the emotion side where it kind of got like, I was so passionate about it that I put too much feeling into it.
It's all the passion too, and I think because it's fun, right? Like you're at like when we go out and film with Cheeto, right? Like it's fun, right? Like the filming process is fun, right? When we're interviewing people. But then you think about the logistics, right? And then I'm like, Cheeto, like, go get B-roll. Like, me and Jess, like, start playing out. Like, okay, what should I do next with the other person instead, right? There's all these other decisions, micro decisions, that are all taking place at the same time. Yeah. And then Jess, in her mind, she has to start thinking, how am I going to edit this? Is it valid, right? What's
going to make the cut?
Yeah, is it going to make the cut? Is it going to be good enough for virality? Is it going to be good enough for posting, right? And if it's not, shit, we got to go get another interview, right? Or another one and figure that part out. So you're making all those decisions at the same time. And so that's why there's mixed up feelings, right? Because then you start like thinking differently, right? And then like obviously that's a lot of work. People see like a video get posted, and sometimes people will be like, it's social media, it's not that much work. There's so much work that comes from social media that Jess has to figure out, right, and do. And I think that's why there's a level of stress, and usually creators are just creating content just to show an audience, but we're also selling a product. So then you have that added thing, and then your video will also represent your return on investment. So how many sales you get for the day, right? And so all of that stuff. So
and then it's also stressful. Hard. How do you do it without being so in your face? Like I feel like people who sell you stuff right in your face is get away from me. Yeah. Like that fake car salesman. You know what I'm talking? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's like, I get it, buddy. Yeah. You clearly have to feed all 7 of your kids. Like, but stop. When people sell you things like right here in your face, it's so annoying.
We went on the other approach, right, where you're selling the use of the product, right, versus the product itself directly. Yeah. And I think that's something that we learned right away, that me and Jess knew. Like, our first video ever was at Disneyland's California Adventure. Nice. We were still wearing masks.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
Speaking of Disneyland, you guys, Craig is going to put a picture right here. We have a YouTube video with Yo Sabo.
Oh, yeah, we do.
If you want to go ahead and resurface to that video.
Do that again.
We got to run it back. But yeah, it was there, and there you're experiencing, okay, I'm not going to tell this person in video, hey, buy this, right? Yeah. I want them to play it, and honestly, before that, I got rejected like 3 times, right? I went up to 3 different people, and they were like, no. And this group, I swear, like these 2 girls, they could not have been the most, like they were the most perfect people you could have ever picked. Yeah. They were so happy to be able to play, so happy to support a small business, and just like willing to give that like camera work, right?
Yeah.
And so like it was us playing the product, and that's why people get curious, like, oh, what are they playing, right? Versus us saying like, buy this, blah blah blah. It's a great game for blah blah. That works in some spaces, right? And maybe like a couple videos we'll throw in there like that, but everything else has always been like, you gotta sell the product on how it's used versus how it looks.
Yeah. Right. I think you guys did a really good job at that, because even like videos that I get on my TikTok, I get a lot of your videos. And it's always like people playing, right?
She's like, block.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Not interested.
Please do not show this to me again.
And a lot of them, like when you guys ask a question, I always play along.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So it's like I can just imagine everybody that's watching that video is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that itself is a selling point, because it's like, oh, like
I'm
playing it through the screen. Like, how much more fun would it be if I'm playing it like at home?
Or sometimes something that I've noticed sometimes is I'm watching videos and someone's like, how do you say, ¿cómo se dice this? And they say something, and I'm like, wrong.
She has a buzzer.
That's how you say it, and then I'm right, and I'm like, hell yeah. Although we do have a video as well, producción, old video. We played the game.
Oh,
and I didn't know how to say gurney. Do you remember that?
No.
I didn't know how to, ¿cómo se dice gurney? And I was like, what the fuck is a gurney to begin with?
Oh, from our old episode?
Yeah, what the fuck is a gurney? And then I will never forget what a gurney is now, to be honest. Like, una camilla. Yeah. And I'm like, what's that? And like the thing where you like.
The gurney?
Yeah.
The gurney. Yeah. Come on, girl. You just said it, God.
Like, no, like, I was like, what is a gurney? And they're like, oh, it's the little bed that you put people on in an emergency and get them to a hospital. But I'm like, why? You just tell me that?
Oh, yeah.
Es la cama de emergencia.
Yo qué iba a saber. I don't work in the healthcare.
I remember there was this one time where I was filming you guys. It was the I think it was like the volume, the second edition release party.
Oh,
right, in downtown.
Oh yes. Down in Santa Ana. Yeah.
And I was filming.
Wait. Sorry. Just say Santa Ana.
Santana.
Santana. That's right. Carlos like, wait, from where? Santa Ana? What is that? Oh,
Santa
I
Ana.
apologize.
Great heavens, where's that?
Oh Lord.
I was filming you. So it was like, I think you guys were doing a money giveaway.
Oh yeah.
And whoever won like a certain amount of money, right?
Nice.
And now, if you guys are interested, if you ever see them and they catch you lacking, this is the equivalent of like a sock check. You know what I mean? Like people go up like sock check, fool, boom, look at that.
Oh damn, nah, hell nah.
Check down, no.
But you guys, you know, like como se dice, that's you catching them lacking, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember I was filming. Ahorita me acordaste because you know how you like have that como se dice that that you like relate to it. You're into the video, right? I was filming for you guys, and you said como se dice, I forgot the word, and one of them said the word. It ended up being wrong, but he cheered like it was right, and I thought it was right, and I'm behind the camera filming, also cheering with him, like, oh, you know, I was like, escalera, oh, and then you're like wrong into the mic, and I felt like, oh damn, dude, I'm the videographer, and I just like was the only one that got off.
I think I remember that.
But it ended up being wrong.
You can't let him know what your next.
I know,
one
for
is.
real.
Let them know your next
No,
one.
but okay, you guys, you have 2 editions of Yo Sabo The Game. Can you explain to us what's the difference between both of these?
So we were trying to like kind of decide how to be a little bit more inclusive to all of Latin America, because obviously they say words differently, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And for us, with version 1 of Yo Sabo, we included one answer, right? It's just like whatever we grew up in the household saying. So basically, a lot of the words that are translated is what my grandma says, or like how she taught us.
Right.
And then obviously, a lot of people are like, well, in Honduras, we don't say that shit. Like, they're like, that's Mexican Spanish. And then, so we wanted to, for version 2, like, for example, we're like, we didn't do this for all the cards, but we kind of wanted to include like different translations. So like bumper, we obviously say defensa, but it's just like para golpes or para choques.
Yeah.
So people were like, what the fuck, para choques? What the fuck is that? But yeah, so we wanted, so we included additional translations for version 2 to kind of, you know, be a little bit more inclusive, but obviously we can't do that for all the words, or else like all the freaking cards would have 10 translations on it.
Because people think, you know, like that's the whole point of making it fun, right? Like if you put one word, like it's really gonna make you think, and if someone gives an answer from the country where they speak that, right? It's like, okay, yeah, well, this is, you know, give me another one. Like, how do you think you say it, right? To keep it going, or to learn something new, you know, or to then share that word that you actually do use in another country to the group that doesn't know that word, right? And I think that's what V2 was doing. But it's funny though, because I swear people don't read the rules. But that's why that card looks like that, right?
Because they don't know how to read.
So that's why the card looks like that, right? It doesn't say penalty on there, right?
Okay.
Like it's like that's the 3 answers.
Yeah.
This one is funny because I've seen people play, and these are penalty words, right? So if you say this, that's wrong, right? And then you can't guess again. Or if you're playing the drinking game, you gotta take a shot. You know, but I've seen videos where people are playing and they'll say like lonjas and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's correct, bro. It's on the card." Like, no.
Damn, dude. I was gonna say. So.
Oh yeah.
So
No,
how do you guys come up with the words? I mean, there's so many words.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you
You
choose
guys
the
have, like,
words?
a spreadsheet?
And is there like words that you're never gonna include? Like, are there like
Oh.
forbidden
Come on.
words?
And we have an idea to pitch.
Brownies.
That's what
No, yeah, I think after that when we had a bunch of words that we didn't include in there because Carl's like, it's too hard, like no one's gonna get these.
Yeah.
And then after a while, we're like, well, we're gonna eventually have to come out with another one. That's why we kind of made them similar because that way you can combine the decks and just like have more cards to play.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I did have a spreadsheet. Like we literally have just a spreadsheet where we would add words, and throughout the years, like Carlos was like, "Oh, well, how do you say this one?" And it's like just add it. Yeah, we were literally just adding. We would hear someone be like, "What the fuck? How do you say this then?" And like, because obviously with Yo Sabo, people would like our friends, everyone that we've known, like they're like, "Oh, include this one for the next one," or like you know. So it's just words that you just don't hear.
Right.
So that
like brownies.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really know how to.
But no, because I was
Like
like,
gurney, what the fuck is that? I would never get over that.
like it's just words that, because again, it makes it funny because people get so mad in the comments. They're like, well, I never fucking use that word. And I was like, how the fuck would I know? And it's like, well, yeah, that's the point. But
That's the point.
That's
and then
of course.
yeah, so like threw in like I don't know what random ass words that we have in there, like
Icicle.
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 They're like, where is it gonna
You
freaking
forgot
be
the B. That was a
winter?
typo. Icicle. Wow.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's just random ass words that were like, yeah, no one's ever gonna know this.
Yeah.
But words that we would never include are probably ones that just don't have any direct
Direct
translations.
translation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like wasn't there a TikTok where someone was saying how do you say, or like words that you're just like there's not, they're not common.
Buen provecho?
Yeah, like
Well, in English.
But no,
Good provech.
good for that.
Yeah.
Like there's no like English word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually in the States we say bon appetit, but that's French.
yeah.
You know, so
Enjoy.
Monsieur.
Yeah, enjoy. Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, there's just
Yeah.
there's so many words out there, but
For sure.
no, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully in the future, I know people are like make a slang one, and I was like, yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We
gonna
have a
pitch
couple things,
we're gonna pitch an idea right now. So this is for the Patreon.
Shark Tank. Bro,
Oh my god.
you're on to some. Bro, that's a good idea, dude. We gotta lock it in right now.
You know,
Wait,
these
I'll
are
start working on
Shake
it
hands
tomorrow.
right
We
now.
gotta shake
Shake hands
hands.
on it?
We gotta shake hands.
Shake hands
after because I
Yeah,
got.
shake
I'm good. I'm good.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's what I thought, and I'm
You know what,
very
but now
limited
that
to
you
what
said
Yo,
I
that,
some
said.
people doubt Cheeto. You know,
Seriously.
they doubt his intelligence.
Yeah.
But
He
this
might
man,
He's like, I
Big
want a
brain.
70-30 cut.
You guys, my little brother may be an idiot, but he's not stupid. Okay. That's good. Now that I kind of
Okay,
remember-
okay, we're
Good job,
good.
bro.
I
Good
think we
job.
got it. I think we got it. No, yes. But there's 2 additions, and you guys, we're gonna put a description down below. We are getting a little signal from Craig that we're running out of time soon, but that's not a problem. That's not a problem because we might be running out on YouTube time, but we're
We
still gonna
have-
keep the party going.
We have human living time.
Yeah. These are amazing people, you guys.
Yeah.
Show some
Pro-
support,
Yes,
some
right.
love.
Yes. Producción aplauso. Thank you.
And I just want to say también briefly that for us, you know, one of the things, I think, Carlos, you had mentioned it, right? I think you mentioned it, or maybe I'm tripping. But for us to, like, stand, like, I know that it's a big deal for people, especially on social media, that it's very easy to call someone, like, a sellout or something like that, you know? And so for us, you know, with the podcast, the last thing we want to do is stand behind a brand or a company where people would call that to us, you know?
Yeah.
And trust me, there's been times where we almost maybe were like, but we didn't because, again, we want to keep the integrity of the show. And so, Yo Sabo The Game,
And
you
Yo
guys,
Sabo dot
we will
Incorporated.
stand we will be first responders for Yo Sabo The Game.
Absolutely.
We stand, yeah. Exactly.
That's right.
You know, like in scary movie, Officer Doofy. Yes. Exactly.
thank you for having us. I know this has been a long time
Yeah.
that we've talked about it, and thank you for working with our schedule. It's currently midnight in Hollywood, so we're gonna go to Tao and go eat after. But yeah, no, thank you, and for being a great employee. I think that's also awesome. Because we trust you in our home. You guys are very few people that we invite over to our home. Our pigsty.
Love that. Same with us.
And so I think, I think everyone that we've met, because a lot of times they'll say influencers are like fake, and like all this stuff. And honestly, the other people that we've ever met have been so nice, and including all you three of you. And thank you for always advocating for Yo Sabo and really getting behind the message, because I think that's the biggest thing, because you could always create a product that doesn't sell, right? But this, I think, has a bigger message behind it. I think that's much more important to us, right? Getting that word across. But yeah, no, if you are so inclined to support a small business
and have Cheeto Pack, this amazing box.
If you want Cheeto's DNA, here you go. Get yourself a game.
You can find us at YoSabo_the game on all social media, and on our website at YoSaboTheGame.com, which is where you'll find the best deals, because that's where we offer the higher discounts, because in other places we don't. But yeah, thank you for helping us stay up and running these last few years, and we hope to continue, and hopefully next year we have another podcast together.
That's right,
where we're talking about everything that we've achieved for next year, because I think next year's the biggest thing is yet to come.
Awesome. I believe in that too.
It. We're gonna do a 1 year recap.
Yeah. I'm in jail. I'm huge.
Yeah.
I'm huge.
Guys, it didn't work out good.
I just had a bad.
Or it's the opposite, bro. I'm like, you can't reach me. Like,
no.
He doesn't return my call.
Dude, that last episode was the last time we saw him.
Cheeto's the CEO.
Oh,
yeah, I took over. Okay, I like that. All right, I like that.
A hostile bid.
Yeah.
They call it, yeah.
Okay, you guys, it's that time right now. Craig nos anda jodiendo in our earpiece. Yes, we hear you, Craig. Now,
wait, Jess, you want to say anything? Sorry, quick.
Yeah.
No, I think you
good?
said it perfectly. And subscribe to the Bed Podcast. Subscribe to the Bed. I can't even say it.
She says another name.
Subscribe to the Bed.
What are you doing?
Guys, we went out last night.
No, I said best podcast in the world.
That's okay, what's the name again?
Most brownies.
I was like,
that water is hitting.
Yeah.
That water is hitting.
What'd you put in this?
I'm telling y'all, first you won't feel your feet.
If it's in the mason jar.
Oh man, cut the cameras.
Yeah, no, thank you guys again. Now, as a closeout, we always give somebody a shout out. Alabio, alaba, alabim, bomba. Is there anyone or people or anything that you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to all the people that have brought the game to the families.
All the fat people.
No. Shout out everybody who has introduced Yo Sabo to their families, because I think that's it takes a lot of courage to bring in something new, try out something new with family, get them to try to play something,
Shout out to everyone that we've seen and met this year and that continue to support us.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
And shout out to those Brownies podcast.
That's right, because we matter more.
Losers.
No, I'm just kidding.
Alabio.
Alaba.
Alabim.
Bomba.
You.
Ra.
Thank you, everybody. I gotta take a fast